These are the top 5 things I learned when I was a stay-at-home mom to keep my sanity that I've continued using for 28 years. These are all things that when I became a mom and I was a stay-at-home mom and I had a lot of kids in the house became really, really vital to the success. I've carried them through in the corporate world, and now the last 4 years I've worked in my home business. I was really blessed to have spent over 10 years at home with my kids where I didn't work an outside job and I didn't bring in an income. This period of time taught me so much. Before that time, I had worked through college as a nanny, cleaning houses for people, as a hostess, as a waitress, a whole bunch of different jobs. When I stayed home with my kids, I did foster care, I homeschooled them. I was pregnant several times during that 10+ year period of time. Lots of things changing. After that 10-year period of time of staying home, I did enter back into the corporate world. I'm not sure if I was innately good at these skills or if having a large family taught me kind of in a forceful way to learn to be good. Number 1, dress appropriately and set a dress code. Every single job I've had has had some sort of dress code. Some was really casual, or you had to wear a certain type of shoes. Some was really dressy and I was wearing high heels and my feet were killing me at the end of the day. But regardless, there was a dress code everywhere I worked. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I set a dress code for myself. Now that I've been working at my own business from home for the last 4 years, I went right back into that. I shower every day, I put on the same makeup every day, and I set a dress code for myself. Now, granted, sitting at a desk in my office by myself does not warrant super dressy wardrobe. I'm not wearing pajamas, I've brushed my hair, I've brushed my teeth. I'm setting a standard for myself. It doesn't have to be a super high standard. I don't wear a ton of makeup, but I'm setting that bar and I'm maintaining it. And I can guarantee you, you will feel better about working from home if you set yourself a dress code. Number 2, prioritize. When I had lots of kids at home, I had to prioritize what things needed to get done because honestly, there's just only so much time in the day. Homeschooling was a priority, making sure the house was clean, everybody had laundry, dinner was cooked. Those were all priorities. What I got in the habit of doing is looking at the house before bed and deciding what were the top 3 things I would like to get done the next day. Now, when we're prioritizing, there are things that absolutely have to get done. Back at that time period, I was homeschooling my kids, so school had to happen. Making dinner had to happen. Changing the kids' diapers had to happen. I'm talking about the extra things. What were the top 3 things I wanted to get cleaned? What were the top 3 things I wanted to organize? What were things in the house that were bothering me or needed to be addressed that weren't needs necessarily, but should get done? I was raised in a house where we cleaned every Saturday and we didn't do anything until that was done. What I wanted to do throughout my life was just pick 3 things every day that I wanted to do, instead of saving it all up for one day and then feeling overwhelmed by it. So prioritizing and writing that list helped me a ton. Number 3, setting a schedule. I used to use the Franklin Covey planner. I went to their training methods. I love schedules. I know some of you have a harder time with it, but the times that I've gotten frustrated in my life where I've missed a run or I've missed something I wanted to do is because I did not have it on the schedule. Now I use a Google Calendar, which I think is far easier. And even though I run the same 3 days a week with the same group of people at the same time in the same location, it is on my calendar. It's not just about being concerned that I'm going to miss it. It's setting an appointment with myself. It goes with priorities. Using the calendar helps you set those priorities. It allocates time for the things that are most important for you. On top of the fact that I won't forget things if I'm writing them down in the calendar, it also helps me with prioritizing. Number 4, minimalism. I know some of you aren't into that word. It's a big buzzword the last couple of years. So let me say it in a different way. Streamlining your life. This isn't just about the shoe bucket or backpacks. It was about every room of the house. And we started really methodically cleaning out every single room in the house to just leave what we needed, what we used, what brought joy. It was incredible how much it reduced stress to just get rid of all of the stuff we didn't use, just to streamline each room. I would start to walk into a room and feel like, oh, this is a room I actually like to be in. That just kept growing. And so our minimalism journey kept increasing to now where we think it's a great idea to buy an RV, renovate it, and live in it full time. But that's not what I'm telling you need to do with this process. I'm telling you that streamlining every area of your life will reduce your stress and help you save time. So where I had priorities and a calendar, it freed that up. I didn't have as many things to do priority-wise because I didn't have as much stuff to take care of. And I had more time on my calendar because I wasn't so busy just taking care of everything. This spilled over into lots of areas of my life. The first one that I didn't expect was my email. Instead of just deleting emails constantly and spending a lot of time thinking about how everything in my inbox was just crap I didn't want, I actually just took a little extra time on the front end to open up emails, decide if it was something that I wanted, and unsubscribe. That saved a lot of time on the back end. During this quarantine and COVID-19 situation, all of a sudden I'm getting emails from people that I haven't heard from in years. Unsubscribe. Streamline every area of your life. You know, when you just realize there are things about yourself that are kind of silly or you're embarrassed about, this is one of them. I love soap and lotion. It smells good. It's pretty. I love going to the farmer's market and buying homemade soaps. They're all wrapped with bows, and I had a basket of 15 or 20 of these soaps that I loved so much I wanted to buy, but then I was saving them for what? What bath is going to be a special occasion bath? But I think we do this in a lot of areas of our lives, in our clothing, in our makeup, in our soap. We buy things with the intent that we'll use them for a special occasion. What seeing this beautiful little basket of soaps taught me about myself is that I should treat every day more like a special occasion and stop waiting for things to happen. That gives me permission to use things that I like. I made a rule that I couldn't buy any soap until all of that was gone, and I used them all, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I'm embarrassed to say that beautiful basket of soaps, I actually took the time to dust it. I did the same thing with office supplies, cleaning supplies, and makeup. Those are areas where we tend to collect things. I got rid of everything that we weren't using on a very regular basis and just streamlined all of those things. Number 5, self-care. This goes into prioritizing, setting a schedule and using a calendar, and minimizing and streamlining. I'm going to read a quote for you right now. Taking good care of yourself is not a form of self-indulgence. Self-care includes exercising regularly, eating healthy foods, getting enough sleep, pursuing creative outlets, and knowing how to relax and let go. And that's by Jacqueline Whitmore. Self-care can mean a lot of things, and it's different for each one of us. But here's one thing I'm going to tell you, it's not. It's not one day a year at the spa or a pedicure every 6 months. Come to think of it, I haven't had a pedicure in 4 years. It's determining what things that you like that make you feel good and taking the time to do them. For me, candles in a bubble bath is something that I love and I feel great. It recharges me. I feel like I'm indulging myself. I feel pretty and better. So self-care for me in big part is just taking a bubble bath, but it's making sure that I do it regularly. I love that she talks about eating healthy foods and exercising regularly because those are two things that have been part of my life for 30 plus years now and are really important. What's really great though is creative outlets and knowing how to relax and let go. What is it for you? For a lot of people, it's meditation, and that's never worked for me the same way that other people describe it. And instead of feeling like a failure at meditation, I just decided that that wasn't a form of self-care that really worked well for me. So I chose something else. I know many of you are in flux right now. If you're not in essential service, you're transferring your business and your work life to at home, which can be a bit daunting and scary. It's a whole different set of rules. And I'm happy to be here and support you in that because I've done so much of it. I also know that a lot of us have more time on our hands. Just remember that time is a gift and it's not something you can get back or cash in later when it makes more sense to you or you feel like it. If you're given the gift of time right now, make some priorities, minimize things in your life, including distractions. Put your self care as one of those priorities. Set a dress code, a schedule, and get some stuff done. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.